Hello, my friends, and welcome to Youth Potential, a channel dedicated to helping young people with mental health problems. I have two books available, 102 Distraction Techniques and Self-Harm to Self-Harmony. Both of these books are only available on Amazon. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hello, my friend Scott here, representing Youth Potential. Today I want to talk about the illusion of trigger warnings. And do you know what trigger warnings I'm talking about? The ones that comes before the graphic content, self-harm, that kind of stuff, or in a lot of other cases, eating disorders as well. But I don't know too much about that, so I'm not going to sit here and start talking about that because I really don't get it. Sorry, not that I don't get it, I get it, but I don't know enough about it, that's what I mean. We need to be honest with ourselves. I think there's plenty of content out there that has this trigger warning before it. It could come as a message at the beginning, it could come at the top of a post, it could be a thumbnail. There's so many things it could be on different social media platforms. You know what I'm talking about, all right? Someone has posted content, surrounding self-harm. It might be a graphic image, or it might be some really, really deep, intimate, personal experience that is being used as a way of gaining, I don't want to say attention, but it's kind of, going that way. Do you know what I mean? I know this isn't an easy thing for me to talk about, because as someone who has self-harmed for many years, over the years, I know for a fact that I have gone looking for content that is purposely triggering, and it's content that has these kinds of trigger warnings at the beginning that grab my attention because I'm in such a bad place and I want to find something relatable. But that doesn't mean to say that it's okay or that it's right, because deep down, if we're completely honest with ourselves, it's not, is it? And these trigger warnings are being used, sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously. They're being used as a way to kind of gain likes, followers, and attention. I mean, I see it enough. It's not as bad as it used to be, because social media platforms are obviously trying to have like a control over a certain amount of censorship, and compared to like 10 years ago, you can't find the content like these days that you used to be able to back then. But there is still plenty out there. They exist. It exists. It exists. Excuse me, I'm stuttering a little bit today. But what's the right thing to do? Should all this content be removed? Depends on what context, really. Now, I said earlier that sometimes it can be a conscious thing, or it could be an unconscious thing. Now, what I mean by that is that unconsciously, someone is crying out for help, and they feel like the only way of doing it, the only way of sort of connecting with people, is to post triggering content on their social media platform. Put a trigger warning at the front of it, because some people think that's the right thing to do. And yeah, there's that. And then there's the people who are doing it consciously, which use the trigger warnings to their advantage to gain, traffic, basically, internet traffic. I don't agree with that. I really don't agree with it. But as I say, what is the right thing to do? What is, do you not put trigger warnings up and then risk triggering people? Or do you put trigger warnings up and then almost unintentionally or intentionally invite people in to look at whatever it is that you're posting? It's a tough one. People are completely divided by it. I'd like to know what you think. What do you think's the right thing? Do you think people are using trigger warnings to their advantage to gain popularity, perhaps, or to gain followers, to gain that attention, to gain those likes, those views? Yeah, it kind of upsets me a little bit that people do that, because it just completely goes against everything I stand for. I'm all about, and you guys that follow me, I know you lot are as well, you're all about, promoting good strong and positive, constructive behaviours surrounding self-harm, okay? But at the same time, you know, we're realistic about how it affects us, but at the same time, we don't use it to our advantage to try and gain some sympathy as well. I think that is a thing that people try and get, that a certain amount of empathy for someone is great, but I just, yeah, posting to get sympathy or for strangers can be such a dangerous rabbit hole to go down. Like, honestly, I've done it in the past, but this is like way back when I was like 16, 17, back in the MySpace era. But now, no, it's, if you want help, please be direct and ask for it. All right? You're not going to get everyone turning around and be like, "Oh my God, let me help you." Okay, that's the reality of life. But you're more likely to get help by doing that than you are putting these graphic like images or unnecessary details, graphic details about things, and just looking at them. It's upsetting. I urge people to not post this kinds of content. All right, it's okay to talk about mental health. It's okay to talk about your struggles, but to portray it and illustrate it in such a way where other people are going to be able to relate to it and then it's going to affect them negatively, I think we have to really, really consider the things that we're posting when it comes to things like that. Yeah. So anyway, guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks very much. Speak to you soon.